I know you guys all want to see some videos out of me, so here it comes. Gonna make a big long one, talk about everything Huskies. Today they played, got raped pretty much like I thought they would. Game went, well, early in the game we played well. The defense held out, limited Michael James all game, and through early in the third quarter we were playing really well. Our defense was stepping up, our offense had some scoring drives. I didn't get to watch most of the game because I was at work, but I was impressed with the team through that point, and then the floodgates opened, and it went the way I expected it. I'm don't get it twisted. I had no illusions of winning this game. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's what I expected. I got what I expected from Keith Price filling in for Jake Locker. He was, tolerable, but not good. Got what I expected from the defense ultimately. They got carved up. Although they did limit LaMichael James. I thought LaMichael James was going to run for 200 on us, and he did not. So I got to give them credit there because they did hold up LaMichael. I will say that, kind of balancing that equation out, our penalties were awful today. And I heard on the radio that one of them, a helmet-to-helmet, was BS, but we committed like 12 penalties, 4 personal fouls at least. I cannot condone that kind of stuff. That stuff, it gets on my nerves. I don't want to see that. So, yeah, we got crushed just like I thought the game. The end result, very close to what I expected to happen. And, last 3 weeks, we've gotten steamrolled. We've given up, I think, more than 150 points and scored like 30 or something. So we are getting steamrolled, and it has sucked. But it's nothing I didn't expect. It's nothing I wasn't prepared for. So I'll say it again. We're in a good position to win the last 3. UCLA, California, Wazoo. Not in that order. It's UCLA, Wazoo, Cal, I think. And put us at 6 wins and go to a bowl game. Just go to a bowl game. I don't even care if they win or not. Just get to the bowl game. And I think we'll do that. I feel pretty good about that. So, excuse me. Locker got to rest this week, obviously, because of the cracked rib. And, I like to see him play. I like to see him go for his, perform well, even in losses. And, we lose a lot. But, watching his performances is always entertaining. And I hate to not see him, but it gives us the best chance moving forward. Because now, because we have a bye this week and then we play a Thursday game against UCLA, we'll have a Locker that's not played for 3 weeks, or very close to 3 weeks, like 19 days. So he'll be fully rested. He'll be as healthy as we could hope at this point in the season. Hopefully his injury heals right, but either way, he'll be rested, and we put ourselves in a position where we have the best possible Jake Locker for a run at the elusive 500 record. So that's what I'm hoping for. And hopefully him sitting out this game, it'll pay off, because there's no room for error anymore if we want to improve on last season. We got to win out. Now, I'm pretty confident in the Washington State game, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, I'm not saying we're so much better than UCLA or Cal, obviously. I am saying we are better than Wazoo, but I feel like we can do it. We just got to rally the troops, and I thought there were some things to rally behind in this Oregon game, but when you get blown out 3 weeks in a row, it's tough. So hopefully they can get off the schneid in a couple weeks here, and I feel like they can do it. All right, moving on to the NFL. Oregon, I don't know. I don't know if you need to hear it from me, but you got a great team, and it's pretty obvious at this point you're going to the national championship game, and, I'll talk about that game when the time comes, but hey, there you go. I mean, they're going. They're number 1. I think they're going to stay number 1. I don't see what's stopping them, and, I see them in that national championship game against Auburn, so there you go. NFL, I want to put a cap on that Oakland game. Oh, This offensive line, it sucks, and I'm not putting this one on Matt. The Arizona game, I was getting pissed off at Matt. We won, and it was a good win. It was a good win for us, but Matt was holding onto the ball like it was Aaron Rodgers-esque when Aaron Rodgers early in his career couldn't get rid of the ball. It was like that. Not this Oakland game. This Oakland game was on the offensive line. He had no time. He had no opportunity to make any plays. Maybe one sack was on him, and maybe he made one or two bad throws, but nobody on that offense stepped up and tried to help him because he was getting hit every other play. No time for any plays to develop. The running game had no holes to run through. That's nothing new. We can't run the ball. I feel bad for Marshawn Lynch, who's running his butt off and just has nothing to work with. And, I look on the other side, and that Oakland offensive line, they're opening up holes for D-Mac and Michael Bush. They're opening up holes, and just once, I'd like to see this offensive line give our running back a hole, because I feel like if Lynch gets that kind of gap, he'll do something with it, but we got to give it to him. So, yeah, this offensive line, it's in shambles right now. Obviously, Okung, Columbus, we got some guards that are out. It's a mess injury-wise, but even when we have the starters, I don't know how good a lot of those guys are. I think Okung is going to be great. I'm a big fan of what Okung did when he played, which hasn't been a much so far, but he's been great. I know he's got it. The rest of the guys, I don't know. I like some of them better than others, and I wish we had those guys, but in a lot of situations, we don't. So, yeah, our offensive line, it's in shambles. The receivers couldn't make plays because they had a couple opportunities to. So, yeah, I got to say, the Raiders' defense, they were lights out. They got a ton of pressure. They gave us nothing down the field. Every play we ran, they had covered. And there was just nothing we could do. No running room, no opportunity to pass the ball. Their defensive backs played great. Their defense put on a clinic. Now, I got to be perfectly honest. Offensively, our defense, I don't want to be too rough on them because they were unlucky as all hell. And, to the Raiders, their offense, they made some plays, but, I got to be perfectly honest here. There was some... all the breaks went Oakland's offense way. I got to be perfectly honest. I gave credit to the Oakland defense, so this isn't some big excuse thing. I mean, the Oakland defense put on a clinic, but their offense, though they played well for a lot of that game, we did contain them, and then you get stuff like Marcel Reese, a fullback, catching a pass in tight double coverage and taking it for a 30-yard touchdown. You get the play where the 5-yard little slant gets tipped up in the air, deflected twice by two Oakland players, and then Michael Bush catches it at full speed and runs for 60 yards. I feel like, yeah, the Oakland offense, they did a good job not turning over the ball. D-Mac had a couple good runs, but we could not catch a break defensively in that game. You had the Darius Hayward-Bay touchdown where the coverage was decent and the ball just slipped in there, and Campbell had the day of his freaking life. And, I do feel like this defense probably played better than the stats indicated. They deserved better than what the offense gave them. And I think the defense caught a lot of bad breaks, and I'm not mad at them, and I'm not giving too much credit to the Oakland offense because, a lot of crazy things happened to that game, and they all went toward the Raiders offense. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this defense is good. I think they're pretty decent. I like them enough, but I'm not going to hold this Oakland performance against them. The offense, you guys suck. You guys got to step it up. Mainly the offensive line. I feel like everything else will come together. So, yeah, a bad game, and, Oakland, they whipped us, and, like I said, I'll give all the credit in the world to that defense for shutting us down from wire to wire, but I don't know about that offense. They caught some breaks. That's all I'm going to say. So, looking ahead at this Giants game, I'm not feeling it, guys. I've heard Obviously, Matt's not playing, and we're going to roll with Whitehurst. And maybe that's for the better. Not because I'm abandoning Matt, not because I'm giving up on him. It's probably for the better just because he's going to get killed. And I think our quarterback could get very well killed out there against the Giants' pass rush with our offensive line. And it might as well be the backup, I guess. So if we put Matt out there, I would be terrified every time he dropped back to pass that somebody was going to kill him. I would be terrified. So in a way, maybe I'm glad. So we'll roll with Whitehurst. We'll hope we can take advantage of the fact that there's very little film on him. And maybe we can put up some points. But that Giants defense, they got it. They got it going. And I don't know about it. So, yeah, I'm not expecting much from this offense. It's nice to think Charlie Whitehurst is going to fly in and save the day. I'm not feeling it, though. Now, defensively, I expect pretty good things. I expect pressure on Eli. I expect the Giants to commit a lot of false starts because, it's up here. I always expect false starts up in Seattle. I expect the team to play hard in Seattle. But, the Giants have a very good offense as well. They do turn it over way too much because their receivers drop a lot of passes into opposing hands. But, I do feel like this defense is going to play decent. I don't know if they're going to play great or anything, but I feel like we can limit their attack. And for us to win this game, we need 3 kick return touchdowns from Leon Washington. That's the only way I can see it happening, guys. And that's the honest truth. It'd have to be like the San Diego game. We'd have to have some crazy series of occurrences like it was in the San Diego game because I feel like the defense is going to play pretty well. I don't feel like this offense is going to be able to do anything. So, Leon Washington, special teams, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Up to Earl Thomas to make some plays and set up our offense with easy scoring opportunities because if you make it hard for them, they're not going to do it. And, Sean O'Hara's out for the Giants, which is going to create even more false starts because that messes everything up for their offensive line, which might help. There are a couple other things that, are positives about this game potentially, but I thought about it all week and I'm not feeling it. I felt it for the Oakland game, though, so there you go. But I am not feeling it. I hate to pick against us at home because I do feel like we're a good home team, and I do feel like we play a lot better, but I feel like we're overmatched. I really do. So that's the pick. I think we can keep it reasonably close because I think our defense will play well, but I don't know how this offense is going to do anything. So, yeah, that about sums it up. So, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully the games are good tomorrow, and hopefully the team proves me wrong. So, see you guys later.